Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wara, PhD candidate at University of Sydney School of Geoscience and also research associate at Australian Mekong Resource Centre. So today I'm going to talk about environmental flow implementation in the Mekong region, opportunity and challenges. I'm going to talk about the 3 case studies, which actually, first of all, is a project that I directly involved during my time at Mekong River Commission at the Environment Division. And upfront, I would like to thank you, my colleagues at Empower Research Network in Southeast Asia, especially Kate Lazaras, and then John Daw as OZ, and David Blake, University of East Anglia, and David Hall at Ubon Ratchathani University for providing information. Okay, what are the 3 case studies? First one, integrated basin flow management, which is the project at the Mekong River Commission. The second case study is Songkhram River Basin in Northeast Thailand. And the third one is Huang River Basin in Vietnam. The idea to put these 3 together because I want to showcase different experiences from different scales of e-flow implementation. And the 3 case studies attempted to translate the concept of e-flow into practice and also integrating the value of e-flow into water resource planning. They are actually different in terms of conceptual foundations and also the methodologies that have been employed. You have heard a lot of variety of methodologies in this conference already, and I'm going to touch on it a little bit in these 3 case studies. So the first one, IBFM, this case study demonstrates promising benefits of e-flows in water resource planning and providing information on cost benefits of water resource development to decision makers. And the second one is Songkhram River Basin in Northeast Thailand. Songkhram is a tributary of the Mekong, and this case study has been very well received in terms of its robustness and also participatory approach that employed during the e-flow implementation. And the third case study, Huang River Basin, is not in the Mekong at all, but I think it's worth to share experience with you because this is the case study that Vietnam explicitly put e-flow into national water resource management strategies. And the case from Huang actually shows us that e-flow having a role in terms of assisting conflict management around competing water users in the basin. In each case study, I'm going to give you a little bit of rationale, and then I'm going to touch on methodologies, lesson learned, challenges, and then a little bit of politics side of it, which I continue my interest in e-flow topic in my PhD. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with the Mekong River Basin, just a little bit of context here. The Mekong River Basin is shared by 6 countries, China, Myanmar. This is considered upstream, and you hear a lot of experience from China, Australian experience of e-flow in the morning session already, so I'm not touching it at all in this presentation. The focus of this presentation is actually downstream, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and also Laos PDR. Looking at a little bit of China and Thailand, this is the area where known as fish habitats, and also fish spawning for the key iconic species, Mekong giant catfish. Look at Laos a little bit. What's important there is hydropower development, which is considered as a high development agenda for Laos, being battery of Southeast Asia. So there are a lot of hydropower projects in that section. And the third one, looking at Cambodia a little bit, Tolesa fisheries, Tolesa biosphere, and this is one of the most important ecosystem habitat for the Mekong in terms of ecosystem integrity and fishery resources. And fish is the main diet for Cambodian and also basin people as well. And Vietnamese Delta, this is considered the rice bowl of Vietnam. And Vietnam is the first or second rice exporters to the world. So, what I want to highlight here is different needs and interests. Water resource development in Mekong is accelerating. River flow has been impacted by increasing withdrawal for irrigation expansion, construction of hydropower, water abstraction for domestic and industrial water supply, and also improving navigation projects in the Mekong. So by all of this, the challenge lies ahead is how do you promote sustainable water resource management in the competing interest and also national interest context by using the Mekong resources. Okay, the first case study is e-flow in the Mekong context in the project called IBFM. It's conducted in 2003 until 2007, And the concept of Eflow has been translated to fit the requirement of 1995 agreement, but at that time, which the 4 countries signed up together, they are signatory members. The 1995 agreement actually touched on the issue of achieving sustainable development in the basin. So the concept of IBFM at that time was to introduce the holistic multidisciplinary approach to assess river flows from the perspective of beneficial users and supporting decision makers in the 4 countries in terms of trade-off. This term is actually become problematic later because various perceptions and also interpretation of this trade-off process, and also the information that need to be feeding into the trade-off process as well. So what did we do Eflow in this project? We set up the multidisciplinary team, which, for example, hydrologists, economists, and social scientists, and also modelers, to work together to provide a prediction of water resource development scenarios and the change to the river flow. So we have different water resource development scenarios, which is the irrigation trajectories and hydropower development of the Mekong in the time span of 15 to 50 years. And then the experts were tasked at that time to come up with a triple bottom line assessment, looking at biophysical changes of the river, looking at social and economic changes due to that biophysical change. More importantly, how people's livelihood would change according to different scenarios.